In this video, I'm going to show you how we turn new followers on Instagram into booked sales calls and ultimately clients without having to manually message every single new follower that comes into the account. We use Manychat, and as of a couple of months ago, as of January 2026, I think back in October or maybe a bit before then, Manychat released a new feature where you could automatically send a message to all new followers who follow you on Instagram and maybe other social media platforms as well. But we're going to focus on Instagram for now. And so what I've done is I've tested a few things and I've come up with the best solution for our business anyway to maximize the number of calls we get from new followers and have conversations with the best possible prospects. So here's what we do. First thing we do is set an automation up. So whenever a user follows our Instagram account, we're going to send them a DM, but we're not going to send everyone a DM, for us anyway, because what we do with our business is run a lot of DM ads, meaning we run an ad, people click on the ad and they come into our Instagram inbox and we have a conversation with them. And from that ad, they will send us the DM with the word binge. All right, so let's go back for a second to our automations and go to this thing. So whenever somebody sends an Instagram message with the text binge, which is our ad starter, so people come from an ad, they write the word binge and then it starts a conversation. We don't want hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people who've come through that ad, DM'd us first and then later on followed us to receive a second message. Otherwise, it's just really clunky. It'll look like, okay, ad, messaging these people, having a conversation. I'm going to book in a call with these people and then I'm going to follow just before the call. And then, oh, why is she sending me another message? It looks a bit weird. So we want to stop these people from getting messages, for us anyway. And so we've basically set it up so whenever somebody sends us a message with the keyword binge, and for you, you might have multiple keywords that you don't want that people send you maybe from an ad or from somewhere else, and you don't want those people to receive a new follower message if they follow you later on. So you can set all of them up here where it's like messages binge or power or whatever the heck your message is. Then we add a tag. So we just add the tag from DM ad. So we know that everyone who sent the message binge has come from a DM ad. And then what we're going to do, back into our initial new follower message, then what we're going to do is we're going to exclude these people from getting our new follower message. So when somebody follows our account, first of all, Manychat check that it doesn't have that tag. So if the tag isn't from DM ad, meaning they haven't messaged us from a DM ad, then we will proceed with that message. If it is from a DM ad, so if they have come from the DM ad in the past, then we don't send them that message. Hope that makes sense. So then what message do we actually send them? Well, I basically just say hi or bonjour. This is Robot Michaela. We want to make it clear that it's not a personal message. Don't try and pretend that your AI bot or your Manychat bot thing is a real person with a real message. Just make it clear to those people who are reading it that it's some kind of automation. So we make that very clear in the first line. Bonjour, this is Robot Michaela. Thanks so much for the follow. To welcome you into my world, I like to give all my new followers a gift. So what we've done here is we've thanked them for the follow. We've acknowledged why we're messaging them. They've followed it and we've followed us and we've acknowledged that. And then we talk about the reason for the message, which is sending people new followers a gift. And then we talk about the gift. It's my Bye Bye Binges ebook. It walks you through exactly how to stop binge eating in 3 key steps. Want me to send it over? In brackets, yes, it's free. So make it very clear what the gift is, and then we reiterate at the very end, yes, it's free. And then we have a button that says, yes, send it over. And you can see that since we set up this automation, I don't know, a few weeks ago, we've had, I don't know how many new followers, but new followers who haven't come from the DM ad. It's been 459 new followers who haven't come from the DM ad. And of those 459 new followers, we've had 76% of them open it. So 352 opens, and then 31%, so approximately 1/3, whatever that is of 459, around 150 people, have requested the ebook. So that's 150 conversations that we're essentially starting here. And then automatically the next message will pop up if they ask for the ebook. It'll say, sweet, click the button below and you'll be taken to a page where you can download the ebook. In brackets, no email opt-in required. By the way, the real me will message you here soon to chat further and see if there's any other way I can support you right now. Chat soon, and then the button says download ebook with the link to our ebook. Now, the reason normally we'd have our ebook as a lead magnet behind some kind of form where they have to input their email address, and whilst that still might be a good idea, for us, we just want to maximize the number of booked calls. And if you ask somebody to download an ebook, like for example, if I go here, whoopsie. All right, so this is our normal ebook form. Normally people put their name and an email address, and then they're on our mailing list, and we can email them a few times and go back and forth. But we're skipping this whole mailing list step and giving them that free gift, because I know that if we do send them to this page here rather than the actual download link, we'll probably lose half these people. And so rather than getting 144 of these messages sent and 80% of them downloaded that, so that's around 110-ish. So 110 conversations started from people downloading the ebook and stuff like that and getting value out of the ebook and then responding to our messages in the future. And if we had put it behind a opt-in box like this, we probably would have lost half of those total people. So that for us, booking now is more important, but if you're playing the long-term game, then you can send them to an opt-in page rather than just the download link. It's totally up to you. And then I make it very clear that the real me, so once again, we're talking about, hey, this is Robot Michaela, but we make it clear that the actual me or Michaela will message you here soon to chat further and see if there's any other way I can support you right now. So it's not going to be a surprise when Michaela or one of our assistants does reach out to this person. And that's it. And then we just add a tag called ebook download whenever they click this link, so we can just track the number of total people who have downloaded the ebook and gone through that process. Anyway, our assistants or Michaela will jump in only after this step. So if people have only gotten to this step, they've followed us and they've sent this new message, but they haven't responded, we don't want to talk to those people. They're going to be a waste of our time. They're probably not going to respond, and they probably aren't going to be struggling too much with binge eating. It's very clear, binge eating is our niche, so it's very clear that people who have downloaded this Bye Bye Binges ebook, which walks people through how to stop binge eating in 3 key steps, anyone who downloads this struggles with a problem we help them solve, which is binge eating. So we're only speaking to quality prospects that have the issue that we can solve, not all followers. I just wanted to make that very clear. So with you guys, if your niche is helping people overcome, or let's say get more energy or something, then it has to be something about a guide or a lead magnet or a free gift related to improving energy, or if it's PCOS, it has to be related to PCOS or whatever it might be. And that way you're only speaking with qualified people and only talking with people who are expecting a message from you, because you've just told them that you will message them after sending them your guide or resource. And that's about it. But there's one very, very key thing here. If you leave it like that, over time, your Manychat bill will go up and up and up and up and up, because Manychat, very, very strange. They bill based on how many contacts you have in your account. And a contact is every single person who comes into the account as a message or a follower or whatever. So for example, for us, we have DM ads, and so every person who comes from an ad DMs us. So that counts as one contact. So you can imagine very quickly we hit 100, 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 contacts. And if you're messaging all new followers, it means that every new follower you get becomes a contact. So if you're getting 1,000 new followers a month, that's 1,000 additional contacts per month. So your plan is going to get more and more expensive. Manychat plans start at $15, but then they got to 25, and then they got to 50, and then 100 and 200. So it's going to become really, really expensive for you to use Manychat if you don't delete old contacts who have come in 1, 2, 3, 6, 5 months ago, whatever. So what we want to do is, rather than having to manually go in and delete all our contacts from our Manychat account, because contacts they're useless. They just sit in the account, and if you don't have, they are useful if you want to do campaigns in the future with them. For example, send out mass kind of like email marketing to your entire Instagram list and just DM everyone on your contact list. I think it's a bit spammy just sending a mass DM out like it's an email, but totally up to you. If you want to risk getting banned from Instagram, you can do that. But unless you're doing that, and unless you're actively speaking to these contacts for weeks or if not months, then you can probably delete them after a week or two. Because if you're only messaging new followers and they're not responding to you, then you don't really need them in the account, because you're not going to be doing any of these automations after that. So we delete all new contacts after 1 week. Initially it was 2 weeks, but we're getting too many people contacts in our account, so we were getting bumped up from $15 a month to $25 a month in the account. So I just recently changed it. So rather than waiting 2 weeks to remove a new contact in the account, it waits 1 week. And here is how we do that. I just set up an automation where the trigger is when contact new event occurs, new contacts. So when we get a new contact in the account, then we wait 7 days, and then after 7 days, it deletes contact. So you can see currently there are 1,286 contacts in the account, and 882 have been deleted, and 105 are waiting for the 7-day period or something like that. I don't really understand that. But basically, after 7 days, all these people get deleted. And that is basically how we keep our Manychat costs low, message all new followers and book in a lot of sales calls. And I didn't really mention this, but when you are messaging them, so for our new follower message, after we do jump in, the real us or assistant messages them, we're just going to check in with them. We're just going to be like, hey, this is Michaela here, the real Michaela. Just for context, can you tell me a little bit more about your binge eating or what the problem is, basically? And then you go into a conversation with them, and if they're a good fit, then you just pitch a sales call with them by saying, I honestly, James, or honestly, Jemima, I'd love to see if I can help. What's your schedule looking like over the next week? Would love to book a call with you. And then just send me your book a call, discovery call link. And then from there, that's it. That's how you book a call with them and then sell them the phone.